Pulte's advertising a first-year rate as low as 1.99%. The APR on that same offer is 5.781%. Same ad, but only one of those is what the money actually cost you. Now, I don't work for any single builder, so you get the straight answer. Lennar, if you'd rather not make 100 decisions. Pulte for a better lot. Richmond American, if picking every finish is the fun part. KB Home, if you got time to wait. Two things they'll never volunteer. Why all four of these warranties are the same document with a different logo, and the one number that tells you if the incentive is worth anything. So what's the difference between an inventory home and a built-to-order home? An inventory home is a house the builder already built without a buyer attached. Spec home, quick move in, same thing. Everything is picked and you close on a real calendar instead of waiting for a framing crew. Built to order means you pick the lot, the plan, and every finish, and it takes months. How many depends on the plan? So get that number in writing before you sign, which raises the question no model home wants asked. Why are the incentives this fat right now? Because the builders are behind on their numbers. Through the first half of 2026, they sold 4,284 net new homes in this valley, down 15% from the same stretch just last year. Closings are down 22%. Permits are down 25%. That's home builders research. It's not my opinion. A builder who's behind in July is a builder with something to give you in August. That's not clear negotiating. That's just what the charts say, right? And what they give is almost never list price. The price cuts land in the comps and infuriates everyone who closed last quarter. Trust me, I've had people call me, it's like, they lowered the house to the price you just sold me. Okay, so instead, they buy down your rate. They cover closing costs. They hand you some design center credits. That's why standing inventory carries the deepest incentives on the lot. Every month, a finished house sits empty, and you know what? That costs the builders money, and that's pressure you're negotiating against. Pulte's published deadline on that 1.99% offer is August 31st. For context, Freddie Mac had the 30-year fixed at about 6.58% on July 23rd, 2026, which is close to the time of me filming this. One catch, and it's real, almost every incentive requires the builder's in-house lender. There's nothing shady about that, but it isn't free. Get an outside quote anyway, which is what I always recommend, because a credit only counts if the loan underneath it is competitive. If the builder won't let you compare, that tells you what the credit is actually worth. On price, the median brand new home here closed at about $525,000 in June per home builders research. Existing single families closed at $590,000 per the Las Vegas Realtors. Two outfits counting two different ways. So treat that spread as a direction, not a number. How much depends on who's counting, which is why you never let sales office pick your comparison. One thing genuinely surprises me when I lined up all four builders. Their warranties are identical. Not similar, identical. So we're going to be coming back to that. So which Las Vegas builder is the best? It depends entirely on how you like to buy. So let me sort some things out for you. Lennar runs everything included. Popular features come in the standard base price instead of getting sold one by one and nitpicking little stuff. In Henderson, North Las Vegas, that includes Heritage Square, gated townhomes near the 215, and Lucere in Inspirada. They also built next-gen plans, a private suite with its own entrance and kitchenette. The cleanest answer I've seen for bringing a parent along. Honest drawback, if picking finishes is the fun part of buying a new home, Lennar may not be your builder. You're trading choice for a price that you can predict. Now, hold that trade because Pulte runs the opposite one and it costs more. Pulte sits a notch up on price and floor plan flexibility. More structural options, generally larger lots in their move-up communities. Del Webb is their 55-plus brand under the same parent. They're the ones running the 1.99% offer. Active Henderson communities are like in Westlight and Aries. In Las Vegas, for example, we have Ascension and Brantley, and right now they're not building anything in North Las Vegas. Richmond American pushes further in the same direction, and that's where I watch budgets leak a bit. Their home gallery design center is the entire pitch, and Seasons is the entry-level line. If walking a showroom and choosing every finish is the appeal, that's the experience you're paying for. I did do a video on their new home design center. Go back and find that video and take a look at it, or we'll just try to link it down below. Honest drawback: the base price is the starting point, not the price. Active local communities are Cresta Rosa and El Dorado Springs. KB Home is the one with the timing problem. And if you're in the Air Force and you're on orders, there's a possibility that it'll bite you. KB builds to orders almost exclusively. You pick the plan, you go to the design studio, and you choose. Every KB home here is Design Energy Star certified, which matters where AC runs 6 months out of the year and it gets up to 115 degrees. The Open Meridian in Henderson in April 2026, roughly 940 homes at a full build out. Also take a look. I just came from there, got some really good video. So hopefully that'll be coming out pretty soon as well. Honest drawback: KB's base package is lean. Plan on spending at the studio and plan on waiting. Average build time is about 5 or 6 months, okay? Now, the part that wrecks the budgets. How much do builder upgrades actually cost? More than the sticker suggests, and this cuts across all four. The base price is not the price. The lot premium on the corner or a view, that adds real money before you've even picked a single finish. Then the design center, where floorings and cabinets get sold at builder margin instead of at retail. The ask that cuts through it is simple. Ask every sales office for the last 5 closed sales prices in that community next to the matching base price. The gap between those two columns is what upgrades really cost there. They have the data, they're not going to offer it up. You got to kind of ask. And to be honest, your realtor can look that up for you through the tax data. That's a good thing about working with a realtor, and it doesn't actually cost you anything out of your pocket. Now, the warranties. As of July 2026, Lennar, Pulte, and KB Homes all publish the same structure. 1 year on workmanship and material. 2 years on the systems, meaning plumbing, electrical, and the HVAC, also known as the air conditioning system. 10 years on structural. Richmond American pretty much matches up on the same warranties. So when the rep leans in on the warranties as their differentiator, they're selling you something every competitor already hands you right now for free. They're selling sizzle. Pick on the floor plan, the lot, the location, and incentive. The warranty is just a wash. And I'm going to give you a little tip, especially here in Las Vegas. All the builders use the same subcontractors, which means the build quality across them are all pretty much the same. And I'll be very honest, compared to some of our neighbors like Phoenix, it's much better. I've had discussions with agents and they go like, oh no, it's really that bad here. Just talk to agents here. It's like, no, they're great. You know, the worst complaint I've had on a new home, just past a year of a person purchasing a new home, the washer went out. At the time, they had a 1 year warranty because it came with the basic warranty for the washer, and they just went outside of warranty. The house itself, it's like, oh, it's perfect. That kind of tells you something. What actually costs people money is next. And it happens before you ever sit down at the desk. Do you need your own agent to buy new construction in Las Vegas? Yes, this and one mechanic trips up almost everybody. Register your agent on the first visit to the sales office, not the second visit, and not after you've picked a lot. The first time you put your name on a sheet, most builders won't add representation once you've signed it alone, and they will not budge on that. I've watched buyers lose representation over a little clipboard. Oh, please, can you sign in? Here you go, please sign in. I've actually, I've seen some foul stuff. And I've actually seen builders where it's, oh, we'll add your agent, and then go, oh, you know what? Your buyer came by here 6 months ago and got I'm serious, person got a brochure. Didn't look at a single house, was driving by and stopped in and got a brochure. And they went, can you please sign in, please? Yeah, they then had no representation. So don't buy that. If you sign in Charlie Murphy. Remember Dave Chappelle's show? Straight talk on how that agent gets paid, because the rules changed in August of 2024, and half the videos on this may run a old version, especially if you're looking at a video from a year or two ago. You sign a written buyer's representation agreement before you tour anything, and it states what your agent is owed. Builders generally pay an agent a builder's co-op. Pretty much all of them do. That's something you don't have to worry about. And usually that covers it. But it's negotiated deal by deal. It varies with the builder, and it's not automatic. There's only really one builder that doesn't pay. They all pay something, but they may not be paying, what's on that contract. But that's kind of a different video. Get what the builder's offering in writing before your first visit, not after you've fallen for the floor plan. That on-site rep is usually sharp and usually pleasant. They also work for the builder. Read the org chart. That's the money side. The next one costs people real money 3 years in, and almost nobody does it. You can get your own inspection on a new build, and you should get more than one, especially if you're building from scratch. The city inspects for code, and code is a minimum safety standard, not a workmanship standard. Passing an inspection means the house won't hurt you. It doesn't mean that the work is good. Your windows are the pre-drywall inspection, the only time anybody sees your wiring, ductwork, and plumbing before the drywall covers it permanently. And the final inspection days before closing, while the builders still needs your signature. Then add one in month 11, right before the 1 year workmanship coverage expires. I always recommend that. It's really kind of worth it. You know what? I flew tankers and reapers for the Air Force. Nobody skips the pre-flight because the airframe is new. You know how many new jets are sitting on the ramp right now? Lots. And if you're PCSing the Nellis or Creech with a hard report date, let me hear on this. Built to order is a timing risk you may not want to take. Delivery dates can slip. Your report date doesn't. BAH with dependents doesn't wait on a framing inspection, and neither does your household goods shipment. There's a second reason inventory homes may fit you. Most of you are buying sight unseen from your current base. For those of you in the Air Force, and the inventory homes are the only version of new construction you can verify from 2,000 miles away, or from Japan, or from Germany. There's a finished house somebody can walk on video, and a real inspector who can put hands on it before you wire a dime. A dirt lot and a rendering gives you nothing to inspect and nothing to push back on. Which brings me to the part everybody actually wants. Who should buy a new home here and who shouldn't? Buy new for zero deferred maintenance, 10-year structural warranty coverage, and a floor plan built for how people are living right now. And if you're relocating from out of state, an inventory home with a firm close date beats arguing over a resale inspection report from 3 time zones away, with the seller going, well, why can't they just take it? I love it when the sellers say that. Go resell for mature trees, the few we have, the palm trees, a bigger lot, and comps that already exist instead of comps the building is still creating. But I'm going to be very honest. Something no one will tell you. One of the things about using their builders, they kind of have a secret backhand into the appraisal, which means it's going to appraise. Have a separate story one time to tell you when my client did not use theirs lender. So it doesn't always turn out well for you. Go resell if you need to be close by the Strip or Nellis, because that land ran out years ago and the builders got pushed to the edges of the valley. If you're going to Creech, you're good. And a private seller can negotiate on price. The one lever that builders normally don't pull, but with interest rates, you'll end up paying less monthly payment wise on a new home. Now, that second thing I promised, the one number. When a builder buys down your rate, they're not giving you money. They're moving money that's already inside the price of the house. So the number to ask for isn't just the rate, it's the APR. Here's the math. A $525,000 home, 5% down, 30-year fixed, financing about $498,000. Principal and interest only, no taxes, insurance, or HOA at the current 6.58% as of this recording. That's about $3,179 a month. Now, the builder gives you a 2-1 buy down, let's say. Year one, your interest rate is 4.58%, and it runs you $2,552 a month. Kind of savings, right? It's saving you about $627 a month. Roughly $7,500 across that first year. Year two, it's a 2-1 buy down, so it's now 1% lower. That's at 5.58%. It runs you $2,857. Okay, second year, you're saving $322 a month, and we'll call it for the year $3,900. So the whole incentive is worth $11,400 to you. Then year three, it resets to that $3,179, and it stays there for 28 years, unless you refinance. Everyone's counting on refinancing. So the buy down is real, it's temporary, and the money came out of your purchase price, which means you ask for APR in writing on every quote and put it beside what an outside lender may charge before you sign. Now, of course, if interest rates go down, you're the winner. If they stay the same, you're pretty much going to be the same as you were. And if they go up, you won. The 1.99% gets you in the door. The 5.781% is actually the deal. So it's still lower than the 6.58%, but you need to really compare when they're just going to push the 1.9, 1.9, 1.9. Think about the long term, the 5.7, and we're going to hope that interest rates go down. New construction versus resale, the full breakdown with the resale side of the math, that's video 10. Watch it before you sign anything. 2 ways I can help. First, I'll build you a short list of active builder communities matching your budget, your commute, and your timeline. No charge, no pressure. Second, you're already comparing communities. Book a new construction consult and we'll walk the contracts and incentives stack before you sit down across from a sales rep. Remember, they are there to sell you, but your realtor may be trying to sell you too because they need a commission. But that's a whole different story. But at least you have somebody in your corner. So those links are below. Over 100 families have landed in this valley with my help. Many of them are using a VA loan, aka military and veterans, and that is where my passion is. But of course, I help everyone. Comment with the builder you're considering, and I'll tell you what I actually know about them. No fluff, no hype, just the truth, because the math works. Now, right now, you'll probably want to get in touch with me, and some of you on television, you got your little phone in your hands, not watching this video. You see right here, a QR code is popping up. You can go ahead and snap that. It gets you in contact with me, gets you all of the resources we've been talking about. And here's the thing, I don't hound people. You're not going to get 5,000 emails from me or anything else. And if I'm going to call, I'm going to text you first and say, when is a good time to call and do you want me to call? I'm not going to hound you. So with that, for my military brothers and sisters, you know what I'm going to say, especially if you've been watching. Alpha Mike Foxtrot. And for the majority of my audience, thank you for being here. I really, really, truly appreciate it. And I'm going to keep them lights on for you because we love you. And guess what? YouTube is popping up a video right now that they say is the video that you need to watch next. And can you do me a favor and help me grow my channel and help me reach out to more people? Like this video, comment. If you haven't, subscribed. And most importantly, meet me over in the next video. I want to see you there.